very first blog, the audition room. I decided to start this blog because I want to help string players like you navigate auditions, improve your technique and gain confidence on stage. I know how challenging it can be, and I want to share technical tips, insights and a bit of encouragement from my own experience as a professional violist. Today, for our first episode, we're going to talk about La Gazza Ladra of Rossini and why it's so popular in the auditions, and how to prepare yourself technically, emotionally and mentally. Showing how to practice it, which is the style of these excerpts, where are the points you should focus while you're practicing, and how to have a clear and articulate sound. Let's start. Rossini is brutally honest. On the page, the music might look simple, but every tiny mistake jumps out immediately. Every shift, every string crossing, every tiny intonation wobble, every bow stroke, trust me, the panel can hear it. And that's exactly why they love it. Now is the chance to shine, to think that this is not a trap. Even though Rossini is a romantic composer, this overture needs a Mozart-like clarity and discipline. This beginning is the part where the panel is listening for elegant articulation, control in this pianissimo dynamic, smooth clean staccato, and no accents where they don't belong. I want to show how you can practice this beginning. Even though it's written staccato, in the fast tempos you should think instead of a fast détaché. Start practicing not very slow but on the string this beginning, and focus on which part of the bow there's clarity. That's why I showed playing a bit slower, so I was focusing myself to be as clear as possible. And this is a very important process because it's exactly this beginning where the panel votes immediately. Be careful in the second and the sixth bar. The accents should not sound harsh and nervous, but just as a simple push. So don't complicate your life with this. Another important thing you need to know for this beginning is the importance of the dynamic. Rossini loves soft passages, but don't disappear. Instead of thinking of pianissimo, think of a piano soft. That will help to have clarity and a good sound. Let's talk now for bars 95 till 99. As you see, there's a change of the dynamic from pianissimo to piano for just 2 bars. Put a smile in your face when you play these bars. I'm not really joking, you need already to enter on the character of this piece, and here is exactly the moment where instead of Rossini you can think of Mozart. Put yourself in elegant mood and make a stylistic phrase. Next bars, from 100 till 1 bar before C, keep your bow stable. This is the most difficult part of this excerpt because here most of you can lose the control of the tempo because there's a dynamic growth. This part for me is called the ultimate test of the rhythm. Move your fingers faster than your bow, but keep your bow always under control. Once I remember, I asked myself how to make this poco a poco crescendo in bar 109, where all of these are repeated notes. Separate in your mind the bars in 2, 2, 2. The first two bars play piano, the second two bars immediately mezzo forte, and the third two bars forte, for going in fortissimo in the downbeat of letter C. Maintain always the quality of your sound. Here we are in letter C. That's the epic part of this overture. Here we start the real phrasing. Rossini asked for ensemble sense and correct weight distribution. On this part you should not play really like a soloist, because Rossini, it's about discipline, teamwork and clarity, not ego. So in this part for me is very important to stay very stable on the tempo and actually to phrase a bit more, because usually I heard players that play really in tempo. That's very important, but phrasing should be also a part of this excerpt. When we have this marcato thing, try to make it like a very Italian style, very light. Don't put a lot of pressure, because also there many players, when they cross the strings, you can hear also the other strings inside of the harmony. So be careful on this section and try to move forward in the 8 notes when you start the sforzando. Another important thing that I want to speak now, it's about the section with the dotted 8 notes with the 16ths. Very clear and very articulated signs. This is the Italian motif for me. Be careful to stay in the same part of the bow where the semiquavers came after, because usually I see players opening a lot the bow since we have forte and crescendo, but it's better to lose a bit dynamic where the forte is written. So you go in mezzo forte and after you do this crescendo going in forte like this. So a good idea should be to practice it very slow. And it's very important for the tempo, the last 16 note, who connects the semiquavers after in bar 141, should be like an upbeat for the semiquavers. So be careful when you practice to connect that 16 note. Maintain the tempo. Now I am exaggerating, but after when you play in the real tempo, you will see that this passage will not be late, or you will not lose the articulation. And the last important thing for today is about the shiftings. Rossini passages can actually sit in awkward positions. You should be very careful for the shifting and unintended slides, trembling left hand pressure, insecure shifts, drifting intonation when you change the position. So be very careful when you choose the fingerings of this excerpt. There's no hiding here. So you should practice this until it's smooth and really confident. One suggestion for all of you is to hear also common Rossini excerpts. There's excerpts for all the instruments of the orchestra, for viola and violin audition in Europe. Usually the most required excerpts are this, La Gazza Ladra, Semiramide, Overture, La Scala di Seta, Il Berbiere di Sevilla Overture. So remember, Rossini is challenging, but it's also a great way to show your skills, musically and technically. That's it for today. I hope this gives you some insights and confidence for your next audition. Since this is my first blog, I want to hear from you. What topics would you like me to cover next? And comment below which Rossini excerpt is your favorite, and I would love also to hear your suggestions. If you like this video, subscribe and share with your fellow musicians. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.